One of Oklahoma's tribes is finding a new way to preserve its language. The Potawatomi tribe has teamed up with Google's new language app called Woolaroo to be the first tribe in the state featured on it. Justin Neely is the Citizen Potawatomi Nation Language Director and joins us to talk more about this. Justin, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So talk a little bit about this partnership. How did you guys end up working with Google?
Well, Woolaroo is a program that's developed through the Google Arts and Committee Council, and basically they reached out to me because they've been doing this with different minority languages throughout the world. They have about 17 languages they've done it with. They did it with Maori, but we're the only indigenous language here in the United States that they did this project with. It basically started out, they actually read Braiding Sweetgrass, which is a pretty popular New York bestseller that one of our tribal members wrote. In their book, she actually mentioned me a little bit. And so when they got to this project, they thought, hey, let's reach out to the Potawatomis and see if they'd like to partner on this.
So how does the app work? What can people learn if they use it?
It's actually not exactly an app. You actually have to go to the website itself. And the way that it works is basically you use your phone's camera and you take pictures of different objects in your environment, and it will tell you what that object is in your target language. So for example, I could take a picture of the door and it would say Squadam, which is door in Potawatomi, or it would recognize that it's a door. And it uses artificial intelligence to do this, kind of similar to like face recognition type technology.
Very cool. Tell me about the importance of preserving the Potawatomi language. Are there very many speakers, and why is it important to continue to keep this language alive?
Well, when it comes to your tribe's identity and being, if you will, your language, your stories, your ceremonies, all these things, your blood, your history that make you part of who you are. But the language is really the thread that kind of ties it all together. And there's currently only 10 first language speakers of Potawatomi, the ones that grew up speaking the language as a child. And so this is a great tool for adults trying to learn the language, or kids, because with kids they have to type things in. Here they don't have to type anything, they just take a picture of something, it tells them what it is, and they go from there. And it actually started with a list of words. They gave me the 3,500 most Googled terms that I had to translate into the language for the project. So.
And you also have some other exciting language initiatives that you guys are working on. Tell me about that.
We're just wrapping up a group of children's books that we've been making. What's cool about the children's books is it was a grant that we got from the USDA actually to make these children's books, but we're actually including QR codes on them so that you can listen to the story read in the language. So that's something that's really kind of come back with the pandemic, is QR codes and the usage of them. Now everybody has a QR reader, so you can now listen to these different stories in the language. We have an online dictionary. We also have 2 YouTube channels and have done a lot of cartoons and things that we've put into the language, taking older public domain films and putting them in Potawatomi. So lots of innovative ways of reaching people.
Okay. Justin, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We really appreciate it.